Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show.
How you doing? The kids have come to play today. You won't believe what I'm about to tell you. With all due respect, have several seats. My girls are always turned out. I give it to you straight, no chaser.
Now, here's Wendy.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you. My co-host, my studio audience, what a mess. Love them. How you doing? Okay. Let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you. You know, funny thing is, before I got the talk show and I do hair and makeup every single day, I used to watch, because I'm a fan of daytime TV, and I used to watch the various talk show hosts and the judge shows and stuff, and wonder why everybody's eyes are always red. And I'm like, has anybody ever heard of eye drops? Or a good night's sleep? But honestly, now that I'm in it myself, you know, 7 years in, I totally get it, because when Jai is doing my makeup, the powder is flying every place. And if you see me come out here with red eyes, just know this. I do get a good night's sleep, and I am not, you know, on something or whatever. But, you know, red eyes are, they're an indicator. But there's so much powder in my eyes from the makeup. I just can't. So now I get it, now that I'm in it myself. Anyway, Chris Brown, congratulations. You know, I do believe in redemption. And you know, it might take a moment for you to be angry at somebody before you finally get over it, because if you stay angry for too long, then it makes wrinkles. You know? And if they're not a part of the family, but some celebrity you don't even know, then it just makes no sense. So he's been battling over custody for officially the most beautiful baby in the world. Sorry, North. No, that's not the... North, you've been dethroned. This little Royalty Brown, that's her name, Royalty Brown. Isn't she adorable? I can't with her. Anyway, Chris reportedly, remember the other week I was talking to you about this and saying that the judge gave Chris partial custody, but his mother always has to be there when, you know, the baby is around. Well, apparently they went back to court and oh, and I also told you that the judge made him take a urine test on the spot. Well, it came up a little dirty. I mean, you know, there was a little weed in the urine. Maybe he has the glaucoma. And then there was a little scissor, otherwise known as lean, in the urine. Well, maybe he had a cold. Cough medicine. You know, the kids, they like to get nice off the cough medicine. I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, reportedly, Chris now, his mother no longer has to be around, and reportedly... If you would just let me finish a story before you clap. I love that you all are here. I get it. We have the best time in the world here at the Wendy Show. I know. But let me finish the story, okay? So reportedly, not only does his mom, Mrs. Brown, not have to be around, but Chris reportedly gets royalty for 12 days out of the month, unsupervised. Oh, well, this is royalty's mom, and I don't know what she does for a living other than now collect $2,500 a month from Chris, which is nothing compared to what some of the other jokers have to pay their babies' moms. And then he writes the check for the private school and security and nannies and things like that. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's not Chris. It's Chris's decision in his friends. You know, Chris has a really seedy friendship group, you know, and the streets do talk. Now, if you're going to have royalty at your house, you cannot have all your goons over. You know, it should be you and royalty and maybe a housekeeper making you some tuna fish sandwiches and peanut butter and jellies in the house while you're out back pushing her, and she's in the baby section of your pool with those baby floaters on, swimming. And you should be watching, you know, the Teletubbies and, like, you know... But you understand what I mean. There is redemption for Chris Brown. I just want to see it all go correctly. That's all. And you know... And some of you might be nervous, like Chris needs to be supervised in the house with, you know, a responsible woman, not just by himself with the baby. But, excuse me, this is the same man whose aunt was tied up and thrown in the closet. Do you remember the story? We talked about it last season. So, just because you have an aunt or a mother or somebody in the house doesn't mean that the baby's any safer. You know, so Chris, please do the right thing by this precious baby. It's really hot and really lemony. Gwen Stefani and Gavin Rossdale. You know, they've got 3 baby boys. They've been married for years, but now they're getting divorced. Well, sometimes things happen. And originally it was said that this divorce was going to be very amicable. But in no time at all, it's turned nasty. According to Radar, he's allegedly demanding more than half of her fortune. Now, I know what you're saying. Because I was thinking the same thing. What man does that? Well, we had to delve to find out what he's worth. Gavin apparently feels he's entitled because he was at home raising the kids while Gwen worked. Well, I believe that's what you call being a father. Like, number one... Number two, Gavin, you are a member of a 90s band named Bush. Nobody knows Bush anymore. I mean, clap if you know Bush. So the best place to be is at home helping your wife, who's bringing in the bucks with her clothing line and being on The Voice. Now, if you can't help her out with her empire, then help out with the boys. So we delved further. She's worth $100 million, which, no, I thought she was worth more than that, you know? Anyway, but he's worth $35 million. So once you get past a certain amount of money, if these numbers are correct, 35, 100 million, why are you trying to pilfer from your soon-to-be ex-wife? You know women are the primary caretakers, so why would you want some of her, you know, and I was asking our morning meeting, well, Wendy, if it was Gwen who was worth 35 and him worth $100 million, should she go in for money? And I said yes. And it has nothing to do with because I don't like Gavin, because I think he's very handsome. It has to do with if a woman is a primary caretaker, then we're the ones who need more of the money to take care of our kids. But Gwen, girl, you and I both know what probably made Gavin mad. You jumped in Blake's lap a little too quick. I mean, Blake Shelton is a tall drink of water, and allegedly they have something going on after hours, if you know what I'm saying. Allegedly. Like, if I was getting divorced, I would lay so low. I wouldn't even go to the grocery store. Like, I wouldn't date. I wouldn't move. I'd just sit there, because I wouldn't want to piss him off to make him go in and want more money. You know, guys' egos are ridiculous. We as women are a little bit more forgiving sometimes than even men are. So Gavin's probably mad because Gwen is alleged to be doing whatever with Blake, and Gwen definitely has a right to be mad. I'm surprised the marriage lasted this long. Yes. Here I go. Well, you know, he's got, at 17 years old, Gavin claims that that's when the fling happened, when he was 17, a one-time shot with a cross-dresser named Marilyn. Now, Marilyn no longer... This is Marilyn in recent times. But, you know, if that was when Gavin was 17 and now Gavin's, what, 40?
He is 49.
He's 49? Okay. Then, Gavin, why was Marilyn at you all's wedding? I'm not saying another thing because the lawyer she's right there in the booth, the Wendy lawyer who's here every day, said, okay, be careful what you say. So I'm going to be careful what I say. But my co-host, you understand how Gwen... And then, in 2004, it was found out that he has a secret daughter who's now 26 years old. So, you know, between Marilyn calling the house and the secret daughter wanting a relationship and Gwen trying to, with the sewing machine, trying to make her clothing line and do the voice, it's just all too much for one woman, and they're both young enough to go on and get another. That's it. Thank you. Suzanne, I see you're still wearing your heels.
Yes, I'm breaking them in. I'm only going to wear them for during Hot Topics, and then I take them off.
No, they're really cute. Can you give her, Dan, can you, or somebody, can you give Suzanne some shoe cam?
Oh, yes, yes.
No, I like them, Suzanne. Yeah. As you know, Suzanne and I both have vertigo,
yes,
which means that when we put on our heels,
yes,
or even walk or get out of bed, we're dizzy as heck.
And this is a low heel I'm trying out.
Yeah, it's called a kitten heel.
A kitten heel, but I heard that kitten heel's not cool to say, so I'm saying low heel.
No, kitten heel, that sounds sexy.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's a kitten heel.
They look very nice. Now, you picked them up in the most practical colors, a black pair and a nude pair.
And I have a new pair waiting.
Really?
They're a little glittery.
Oh, for the just in time for the holidays.
For the holidays, yeah.
Perfect.
I'm going to whip those out later.
By the way, Suzanne.
Yes.
People thought that I was very mean to you yesterday on Ask Wendy.
I know,
did you say?
You weren't mean to me.
Okay, so here's what had happened. So I'm in the audience, I'm talking to a woman on Ask Wendy, and she says she loves her coworkers, but she only wants to do the work, and then she wants to go home. But they find a reason to party after every single day of work. You know what I mean? Let's go out for a drink here. Let's go out to eat there. And she's not in the mix like that. And she asked me, Wendy, how do I let them down nicely? I said, you be sweet as pie, but do your business during the day, and then verbally just let them know, you know, I've got a whole nother life, you know, I'm going home to. It's not really a problem. And then I pointed to my Suzanne. I was saying, why, me and Suzanne, we get along like sisters.
Yes.
Like two peas in a pod. Right?
Yes.
But I did say, Suzanne has never been to my house.
Nope.
And I'm never inviting her.
Nope.
And I've never been to her house.
Nope.
And if you invited me, I'm not coming. You understand that?
Yes, I understand.
And that's the way it is. No, hold on. That's not mean, and that's not a read, because guess what's most important to me and Suzanne? The business at hand, because we've got children. Wait, hold. Last season and seasons before, Suzanne was my supervising producer here at Wendy, and she's been promoted to co-executive producer here at Wendy. So, what's more important? Right?
Yes.
Like,
I'm getting the business done.
Right. What's more important, being a co-executive producer or coming to Jersey?
Co-executive producer.
Okay. There you go. And as usual, the queen of clapations.
Yes, thank you.
Make them clap.
Yeah!
Oh, Suzanne.
Thank you, Wendy.
What a mess. Anyway, you're never going to believe who Kate Hudson is apparently hooking up with. 23-year-old Nick Jonas, you are correct. Well, TMZ caught them. They spent an entire weekend together in Florida. They did Disney and the rides and the whole bit. Now look, this is a score for both of them. I mean, a 23-year-old hooking up with a 36-year-old divorced mother of two. It's not a keeper, don't worry. You know, it's a fling for him. And bragging rights. And for her, it's bragging rights too. Imagine being 37, 2 kids, divorced, catching the attention of a hot 23. All I'm saying is it looks like a win all the way around. Now, let's take a look at her when she's fresh. There, she looks 23 there. They look age appropriate. He looks like he's ready to slay, right? I like it, as long as you don't fall in love, you two. Thank you. So my question to you is, what do you think about those two being together? Post your opinions with the hashtag Say It Like You Mean It, which the acronym is SILYMI, otherwise known as Silly Me. And I'll share your comments later on in the show. Thank you. So, the Real Housewives of Atlanta are back. It looks like it's going to be an interesting season. Okay, so you have Kenya returning. And if you didn't recognize this person, because I didn't at first, I was like, who's that next to Kenya? Cynthia Bailey. They say Cynthia is very turned up this season. As you know, Candy is pregnant. Candy, you look very beautiful in the picture. Looks like Candy is the matriarch of the group. Then there's Portia in the pink. And Phaedra, I like her dress. Her dress, I said. And then, of course, there's Kim Fields slumming. I like Kim Fields. I just don't understand why she's now a housewife. Oh, by the way, Sheree is returning, but she's a friend. She's not going to hold a peach. Sheree, you look terrific. All right, anyway, let's roll our hot clip of the day, and then we'll talk. Hit it.
I've lost myself.
I know I caused you a lot of pain.
You cannot imagine.
I don't trust you.
I want our relationship to be what it used to be.
If you didn't do anything wrong, then you don't need to be upset about it.
What I'm upset with is your bullshit.
You're fake. People call you stupid, but I know you're actually not that damn dumb. I'm really trying not to throw my drink on her.
Are we grown-ass women talking like this?
Cynthia, what is wrong with her?
Didn't I tell you this was a wild bunch, girl?
Okay, a few observations. First of all, I love Tootie's hair when it was up in that bun at the top and down at the bottom. I love that. And I also love the curly blonde wig that she had on in the thing with the red lipstick. But I just don't understand why, you know, a woman like that, so accomplished. I realized that Tootie and Regine, when she was on Living Single, I don't understand why a woman so accomplished would be on a reality show full of fights and arguments and ratchet. They're going to tear you down, number one. And I also realized that she came along at a time when residuals aren't like Kaylee Cuoco from Big Bang Theory is going to get buku bucks for those repeats. Back in Tootie's days when she was riding on the roller skates with Blair and... That's a housewife. Back in those days, they didn't, I guess, really, they didn't have the residuals like that, so she needs something to do for money, and I understand. But I would rather open a nail salon or buy, you know, a fast food franchise than take my legacy and have it torn down and be on the Housewives. That's number one. And there was more of that clip, and in the part that we didn't show you but was there is when Portia says to her, we weren't even born back during the Facts of Life days, so I don't know who you are, right? So it's about to go down. And then Tootie says, grown women fighting like this? Girl, you knew what you were signing up for, don't act new. I really don't care. I just did that for your pleasure. Real Housewives of Atlanta returns November 8th at 8 o'clock on Bravo. There you go. All right, so Hot Topics is finished. But we've got more great show for you, everybody. From the hit show, Chicago P.D. The lovely and talented Sophia Bush is here. But up next, it's our friend Fred from MediaTakeout.com. He's got the inside scoop on the baby mama drama going on with Neo. And you don't want to miss it, so keep it here. Thank you. Wendy. We've got fall's hottest tickets in our movie preview. And Nicole Scherzinger. The voice, the moves, the Pussycat Dolls. Now she's having the best time ever with Neil Patrick Harris. You want to know more? Don't ya?
Tomorrow on an all-new Wendy.
Everybody, with the inside scoop here with some juicy celebrity stories from MediaTakeout.com. Say hello to our longtime friend, Fred. Yes. Okay, so Fred, let's get to it. Tell us about Neo and the post that he put up of his pregnant girlfriend. Why are people mad?
Well, I mean, Neo recently got engaged to Krista Renee. She's a beautiful vixen, and he posted a photo of her pregnant belly. Now, normally, people would be happy when they see someone's pregnant fiance. But people aren't. And the reason why is because before he was with Crystal, Neo was with a woman named Monyetta Shaw. Right. The two of them, a beautiful couple. They were together since forever. And they have two beautiful kids together. Yes. Once they had their second kid, Neo asked Monyetta to have her tubes tied.
Yes, tubes tied. Uh-huh.
So now Monyetta can no longer have children. The two of them are no longer together, and Neo has moved on, and he's starting a new family with a new woman.
And so now people are feeling like Monyetta cannot go on and marry another and have children, but that's reversible. But why'd she have it done to be... Like,
I agree. I mean, you think about it. Remember...
I would have faked it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have gone in and gotten on the gurney and then told the doctor, all right, come on, let's play spades. Because I'm not getting, okay?
That's right.
You know?
Well, I mean, you know, there are tons of people who were absolutely not happy with what they said, and people actually went on Twitter and commented on this photo and said some pretty nasty things, too.
Yeah. What are they saying?
So, for example, one woman said, "This can't be what you left Mwangaguhunga for. Lord have mercy."
A video girl.
Good luck for that. Yeah?
Yeah.
And
well, he met Mwangaguhunga at a concert. She was in the audience, so she was not a groupie, but a fan. Right. And then they went on and they had the children. Read more.
Okay. So another woman said, "After the baby is born, you're going to find an excuse not to marry her. That's Neo. Everything you think look good to you ain't good for you." Remember that.
Yeah, and those are only the clean ones, because I read some really filthy. So Nia went on Twitter and defended himself.
Right. I mean, Neo, he has this image, and so he wanted to clear things up. And he went on Twitter and he said, "Clearing the air. I didn't force Mo to tie her tubes. It was a mutual decision, and the procedure is reversible. Hashtag she can have kids. Hashtag from the horse's mouth."
Okay. Well, I also understand that Mwangaguhunga at one point was holding out hope that Neo would go out and sow his wild oats, and then they'd get back together in a relationship.
I gotta say, everyone in the industry thought the two of them were together, and they thought that they were going to be together forever. And Mwangaguhunga spoke about it. She said, "In my head, he was going to sow his oats and come back home when he's ready." Yeah. Maybe that's what everybody else thought, but life happens. I'm okay with it. I'm human. Now, you know she's not okay with it. But
no, she's not, but she's got to deal with it. And so I understand that Mwangaguhunga also knows this video vixen. They've gotten together because, you know, she has 2 kids with Neo, and so it's very important that the women are at least amicable. And so they is. All right, now. Okay, so Karrueche, Chris Brown's ex, has a new man, so she's moved on for real.
Yeah, it looks like she's finally over Chris Brown, and she's stepping out of her shadow.
And he's very wealthy and very cute.
He is. His name is Memphis Depay. He's a 21-year-old Dutch soccer star, and he recently signed a... Wendy, he signed with Manchester United for $40 million. And that's just his first contract. Remember, he's only 21 years old.
Yes.
There's a bunch of other contracts behind this one, too.
And a bunch of other women out there, too. Be careful, Karrueche.
Yeah.
All right. Well, very cute. Do we have any other pictures of him? Can we show another picture just to get a better look?
Yeah, that's the two of them together. They were at
outside of the outfit. You know, maybe his taste in fashion is questionable, but he's cute. Yeah. Nice. Okay, so now, Fred, I've known you for a long time. I was absolutely shocked to find out that you were doing reality TV, you and your wife, Natoya. So tell us about your appearance on tonight's My Fab 40.
Well, okay. So I have been pretty private in the past.
Yes, Fred.
I know. Well, but I was throwing a party for my wife. It's her 40th birthday.
$172,000. I read stuff.
Yeah. It was a very expensive party.
Yes.
So, as I'm putting everything together, you know, Bravo found out what I was doing. They reached out and they said, "Hey, we'd love to kind of film this and put this together and kind of show the world a little bit about your life." So I thought, you know, if they're going to do it and they're going to do it tastefully, then we do it. And so as we're shooting, the idea of a wedding and a vow renewal came up.
Now, how long have you been married?
We've been married for 8 years now.
8 years. Now, I can't believe that, Natoya, who's in the audience, I can't believe that you're 40 years old. You look like a teenager, virtually.
Thank you.
Yeah. So this is really sweet. So I see the Reverend Al officiated.
He did. It's a wonderful job.
And how many children do you all have?
We have 3 wonderful children.
Now, tonight, do we go inside your home and inside Media Takeout headquarters, and are we in the car driving with you and stuff?
You know, I don't know. I haven't seen the actual image, but I mean, they were there. They were there at ground zero. They saw my home. They saw Media Takeout. They saw everything. So what they put on there, I'm not exactly sure. But there's going to be tons of celebrity friends. There's going to be tons of interesting things and twists and turns. I think people will enjoy it.
Okay, Fred. Everybody, give it up for Fred. MediaTakeout.com has more of these fantastic celebrity stories. And make sure that you watch Fred and Natoya tonight at, it's called My Fab 40 at 10 o'clock on Bravo. I'll be watching. Up next, Sophia Bush. Don't go far. seasons, our first guest played fashionista Brooke Davis on the long-running hit show One Tree Hill. But now she plays a detective who fell off the wagon on the hit show Chicago P.D. Take a look. Please welcome back to our show the lovely Sophia Bush. This is suede fringe.
It's suede, yeah, you know.
I don't think that fringe is a trend. They're all saying it's a trend, but isn't fringe here to stay forever?
Did fringe ever leave?
That's what I say. I mean...
Fringe and glitter are always in for me, always.
Hello.
Yeah.
Let's give you some shoe cam. Put both feet on those feet.
Oh.
And we'll give it up to Sophia Bush.
Thank you.
You have really good feet.
Thanks.
Toe cleavage on every toe.
Well, you know.
Men find that hot.
Do they?
Yes,
oh.
yes. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Okay, so you went from playing a fashionista to playing a detective. Which wardrobe are you more comfortable in as Sophia?
But wait, the Brooke Davis circa 2003 wardrobe is not... That is not okay.
It's good for that.
It was very good for that. I'm much more comfortable in my Chicago PD wardrobe.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
people loved One Tree Hill, and all these shows are doing reboots.
Yeah.
Is there any talk of a reboot of One Tree Hill?
You know, I think it's tricky because so many of us have full-time jobs. There isn't the time to do that. But, you know, we've sort of managed to have a little reunion weekend, you know, in Canada or in Paris. Everyone was in Paris this weekend, and I missed it. But it is really nice for us, to get together and see each other.
That is nice.
We're a family.
In other words, no reboot.
I just don't see
You're
it
busy.
in the cards.
You're in Chicago. You got
I work
this
10
great
months
show.
out of the year on my show. So
Exactly.
I don't know.
So you are a part of the Beehive, I hear.
Always and forever. Yeah.
Were you in Central Park this weekend or wherever Beyonce was this past weekend?
You know, my friends actually put the Global Citizen Festival together, and I got to speak on Saturday, which was incredibly exciting, and then watch the Queen be the Queen all night. And it was great. Yeah.
Did you get backstage to meet her?
I did not. You know, I was out. I was in the Action Hub working on fielding some of the internet traffic that we were causing and helping people take action toward fulfilling the global goals. And then I ran out to see her, and then I had to go back to the Action Hub, and by the time I was done, she was gone.
Yeah.
I know. But it'll happen, you guys. I know that I am meant to be friends with Beyonce. She doesn't know it yet, but I'm confident that this will happen.
Do you have her last album? What do you love?
I have them all. The thing that actually really struck me about the last record, the fact that she was able to keep this huge visual experience a secret and then just drop it. Like, talk about dropping the mic, right? It was amazing to hear her talk about why she wanted to do it and how she was tired of having to be this sort of polished pop princess.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to be herself.
Yeah.
And I loved that she wasn't apologizing for her femininity, her sexuality, her role as a wife, her role as a businesswoman, her intellect, her capacity to be a feminist and an activist. She just, like, came out guns blazing. And I was like, thank you so much, you know, to show women that you're allowed to be all of those things.
And don't be shy about being sexy.
Yeah, that you don't have to apologize for it, that you're allowed to be beautiful and be a brainiac and be a baller. I was just like, woman. Anyway, we're going to be friends. It's fine.
So tell me about your White House experiences, because you've been there several times.
Yeah.
Who knew, Sophia Bush?
Well, you know, I'm trying to make some good things happen in the world.
Yeah, so what's all doing?
I mean, the White House is amazing, whether it be going to D.C. for the Correspondents' Dinner or actually being at certain events at the White House. The president held this very small reception for people who had really helped to kick off all of the awareness about health care. Because, you know, we have been the only first world nation in the world that didn't have universal health care. So really glad everyone's getting insured. And I had this like crazy night because I was like waiting to shake hands with the president again and like trying to not say something stupid in front of Michelle.
Right.
Because she just like makes me lose my mind, and I'm like, hey, I think you're great. You're super inspiring. Anyway, girls. And she's like, cool. And I met Bill Nye, the science guy, and totally lost my mind. Yeah. Yeah. He's the coolest.
So what's up with Bill? Like, what's that connection?
Science is the best. I'm obsessed with space. I was a really nerdy science kid in school. And Bill Nye made science accessible and cool and fun.
Yeah.
And he's just so awesome.
Yeah,
and actually,
he's been around for a long time.
I mean, he's the best.
Yeah.
And he was at the Global Citizen Festival, and here's the funny thing about Bill Nye. If anyone asks to take a picture with him, he always takes a selfie, but he takes like 100 rapid fire. And every single one that we took at the festival with him and myself and Connie Britton, because it was the three of us who'd been at the White House on this night, they're all blurry. They're terrible. But they're great. Anyway, because it's, you know,
but you
sort
have
of
a story
adorable.
to tell.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Chicago PD, for those of you who don't know, is a spinoff of Chicago Fire. Now, Chicago Fire stars an amazingly good-looking man named Taylor Kinney, who happens to be engaged to Lady Gaga.
Aren't they so cute?
Okay, first,
he also looks like he was engineered in a lab. Like, he's not
beautiful.
a normal man.
No, he's...
Yeah, I know.
What's he like?
He's amazing. He's just creative and generous and so kind. And, you know, when we started working our first season, their second, or was it their third? No, yeah, it was their second. We were love interests. And, you know, Lady Gaga has 45 million followers on the internet.
Right.
So you can imagine, like, being the woman who has to kiss her boyfriend at work was, like, a little intimidating.
Yeah.
All these people were, like, tweeting me, like, step off our lady's man. And I was like, she's my lady. I love her.
Okay.
I don't want her man.
Did she stop by? Was she there?
Yeah, she's around a lot. She's kind
keeping her eye
and
on you.
amazing. And look how sweet she is.
Wow.
Yeah. So we were like, we need to post a little lady love photo on the internet and just like let everybody know that we like each other and that, you know,
so,
I kiss him at work, but she kisses him for real at home. And that's
now,
like the thing.
Chi-Town Fire is still on.
Yeah.
Chicago PD is brand new.
This is our third season.
Third season. They're on for 4 seasons,
They're on
right?
their fourth, yeah.
And all of you film in Chicago, one of my favorite cities. Shout out to the city of big shoulders. Love you.
So good, right?
I love Chicago.
Yeah.
Sophia, so nice to see you again. Everyone, Chicago PD season premiere is tomorrow night at 10 on NBC. We'll be right back. Yeah, you know. New Wendy, we've got a scorching set of hot topics. Doesn't it make your heart speed up? Then you are my people. Tamar Braxton. She's on Dancing with the Stars. Plus, she's turning it out on the Wendy stage.
Thursday on an all-new Wendy.
Hey now. Welcome back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, I'm Debbie and Wendy, and how you doing?
Hi, Debbie. How can I help?
Well, this is my first time to New York, visiting from Florida.
Okay. Welcome.
And I'm here because I'm freshly engaged, and I kind of booked the trip without telling him. So what I'm hoping for is you can give me some advice so I'd be a great wife to him and not make this mistake again.
Okay, so you know you're on TV, right?
He doesn't. I don't think he's watching.
Okay, but he's got a wife of a friend or like somebody's... We didn't make it to 7 seasons because no one's watching. Somebody's watching. Somebody's going to tell him, how long have you been engaged?
A year. Well, a couple months, but we've been dating for a year and a half. We've known each other for 32 years.
Yeah, and you've always had your own independent life, so she felt as though she could just book the trip. The problem is that you feel remorseful once you get back to Florida. You have to have, or call him right after the show, have the conversation with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully he won't be pissed. If he is, don't worry. You know,
he'll get over it.
He'll get over it. They always do. Okay. All right, Debbie.
Thank you.
Good luck. Hey.
Hi, Jessica. How you doing?
Jessica. How you doing?
Good. Okay, so I went on a first date, this weekend, and everything was going good until the bill came.
And then what happened?
He suggested we split it. And now he would like to take me out again, so...
And that's why they're single. Okay. Jessica,
yes.
Here's my thought. My thought is we as modern women sometimes have to expect that. You all didn't talk about it ahead of time.
No.
Perhaps you should have. I would give him a second chance, but I would do a tongue-in-cheek joke with him. Like, if we're still on for Saturday night, who's paying the bill?
Okay.
You know, is it you, is it me, or is it us? Like, you just can't spring things on a girl. You're cute and I like you, but you can't do that to me. No, not you. I'm talking about...
Oh, okay.
I mean, you are cute, but I'm saying this is how you're going to talk to him, okay? Bring it up jokingly, but be serious, okay? All right. Good luck, Jessica.
Thank you.
So, after the break, I'm going to share some of your comments about today's hot topics. It's Say It Like You Mean It. Next. On Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for Hot Topics, fashion, backstage dish, and more. Be sure you say it like you mean it. You always do. Hi. Earlier in Hot Topics, I was telling you that 36-year-old Kate Hudson reportedly is hooking up with 23-year-old Nick Jonas. So here's what Wendy watchers have to say. Maisha writes, go ahead, Kate. Cougars be on the prowl, baby. I think it's cool. They're both adults, so we shouldn't hate on them. And then Johnny writes, an older woman needs a younger man to crack her back every now and then. I'm not mad at her. Thank you, Johnny. And our last comment comes from friend to the show, Suzanne Summers. I know. How you doing, Suzanne? Suzanne says, go older, then you'll always be younger. Yeah, I love it. You say it like you mean it. You guys, eye candy is next. Stick around. Megan Knight is from Philly, and she's my eye candy. I love your feather necklace. Can you talk about your look real quick?
My necklace I got from Instagram, $30. Cardigan, $20. Can't beat that. My poofy skirt, which I love, I have to create hips because I don't have hips.
Me neither. It's my favorite. It's my favorite, too.
$24. And my shoes on sale.
Thank you for coming from Philly. Here's your Diva fan, and we'll be right back. There you go. It's been fun, but I gotta run. Tomorrow, the beautiful Nicole Scherzinger is here. Plus, we've got fall's hottest movies. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye-bye.
Nice.